Hey, what's up guys? Zeus back with a quick little video. I wanted to do a quick zombies like things I want in the next Call of Duty because I did the Cold War thing and I was thinking about zombies. I was like, damn, I really want zombies to be good this year. Because I was when I first started YouTube, the first ever like community I joined, the first people I started watching was actually the Call of Duty Zombies YouTubers. Like Dalek, Raffle Waffles, Noah J, Lex, if any of you know them. And they really inspired me, and when I started my YouTube I even started to look at them and how they made videos, and I've kind of tried to take off them. So yeah, getting into this, the first thing I think they really need to do in Cold War Zombies is go back to the BO3 system. What that means is I want perks to be like all of them in the map you get to choose for, and you don't choose for before the game starts. I like the individual, like the perks look unique. They have their own jingle. They're all different, and it's not like, oh, before the app you choose what you're gonna play. Cause say you end up wanting to switch how you play, you can't do that because you already had the 4 perks already chosen. Like if you chose Stronghold in BO4, you pretty much had to camp that game. But in BO3, say you downed and then wanted to decide from camping to like training, you could switch up your perk style. But in BO4 you couldn't do that, and it didn't make any sense. Another thing is specialists in BO4. I hate how you had the specialists to start off the game. It was really dumb that you had the most overpowered thing in the entire game at the very beginning of the match. They should have did like the BO3 system where you had to do a small quest which wasn't too like convoluted to get the specialists. And most of the BO3 ones were a lot more unique and fun. Like you had the sword, the little dragon, the skull, and then Sopway, and gravity spikes. Those were a lot more like they seemed a lot more fun, and they weren't overpowered, and they had a long refresh rate, and you had to earn them, which made it a lot better than having them right off the bat be the most overpowered thing. Another small thing with that is I like the liquid divinium way better than the nobelium, because it made sense for a 1-to-1 ratio compared to this weird ass like 30, 45, 75 to get them, and I don't, it didn't really make sense. And then you had talismans, or what they're called. Those were so dumb. I don't think I've ever even used one. And I really don't see the point of them, so I hope they don't come back. Besides that, the one thing I did like about BO4 and BO3, I kind of like the 4-pack punch system. I know a lot of people didn't, but that was actually pretty cool. I think that if that stayed, that'd be pretty nice. And then the BO4 system of upgrading guns was a lot better. So, but mostly the BO3 system is just way better with perks and specialists and all that. And hopefully they go back to that system. The number 2 thing I want to see is gameplay focus, which means I want them to focus more on having the map be fun than for it to like go with the storyline. Because you could tell in some of the maps like it's so based on story that the like gameplay lacks. Like in Alpha Omega on BO4, you could tell that the whole storyline is based on I can't remember what it's called because I didn't play it that much. It's a stupid computer that's like the US government, and you're just in Nuketown. There's a bunker and a couple of things, but overall the map, you feel like you've already played it. It's not fun. I felt the same with Tog der Toten, but Tog was at least a little bit better, even though I barely played it. You could just tell that you were playing something that you've already played, but it's a little bit different, but it's only driven by the story, and the gameplay aspects aren't even that fun of it. Like even Blood of the Dead, that was like completely story based. I feel like gameplay wise they didn't add anything. They took away the bridge, which was one of the best parts. They added another side of the map, but that side of the map that they added is useless, and you're only there at the start of the game. And the whole thing is based on the Easter egg, and I don't know. I like a lot of I feel like the old maps were a lot more like gameplay focused, and they reward you with cool gameplay aspects, and everything's focused on the story and what the characters are doing. Even though I love the storyline, I love the characters, I love the Easter eggs, I feel like overall the point of zombies is to just go on and have fun with friends and mess around until You can't do it anymore. The third thing is for me is Easter eggs make sense. So even though I just did a bunch about gameplay, I do still like doing Easter eggs. I've done a bunch of them. I did every Easter egg in BO3, including Chronicles, besides Shadows. In BO2, I did Mob of the Dead and Origins. In BO4, I didn't do a single one because I thought they were all useless. They were not fun, and none of them seemed like worth my time. Classified, you have to get the round 150, which I don't know how many people have the time or the will to do that. Nines was decent. I was gonna do that one, but I never ended up doing it. Blood of the Dead, I heard, was like complete ass. You would have to like, I don't remember what it was, a Morse code or whatever you had to do or something, and it was down in the near the docks. It was like the most, it was like one of the worst steps ever. Even though the cutscene at the end is like super good, like it's not worth it to do all that for that. Voyage of Despair, I watched the end and you would like shoot an eye that was floating around the map, like what the hell is happening? I don't even remember that other Easter eggs in that game, and I don't think any of them were fun. Oh, Ancient Evils was fun. I was actually gonna do that one, but it just wasn't good. But like all of BO3s to me made sense and were possible. They had hard steps, but they all made sense and it was like a linear path. The only reason I didn't do Shadows is because at the time I only played with 3 people. It would be me, my brother, my cousin. We never really had a fourth, that's why I never did Shadows. But I've done every other Easter egg in the entire game. But like BO4, I had no desire to do any of those. Even though like, I don't know, even many people I asked, none of them had done those Easter eggs. Alright, the fourth thing is kind of simple, but it's one storyline. I hated how they did in BO4 the 2 storylines. They did Chaos and Ether. It made no sense to do that. I don't know what the purpose was or why they would try to do that. They're probably thinking way too far ahead. They were thinking that Chaos, or that they'd end Ether in BO4, and Chaos would be started in BO4 but go to BO5, but no one really cared for it. So they've already probably ended it, and now we're getting something completely new. I hope this thing that's completely new is either its own thing, or it's its own thing but still somehow barely, like, it's still kind of with Ether a little bit, but not like much. It's like small things with it. Because I don't want another thing where it's like, oh, it's this, and then there's this also happening. I kind of want like one storyline. We follow 4 characters, or we follow a like character's journey where other people come in. I don't want 2 different journeys going on at once. That was way too much. It didn't make sense because there was literally 2 different sides of zombies. There was, you'd play as the Chaos characters and all their people, or you would play with the Ether characters and all their people and all their like weapons for specialists, and I didn't make sense. It was stupid to divide the player base between those 2. Alright, the last thing I think that we need to be a good zombies game, even though this one isn't as important, would be a really cool thing, is a small map that is made straight for gameplay focus and is somewhat of a challenge. And what I mean by that is like a map like Town, like the Giant, like 5, or like Groston House. All those maps are like small. They're like, they don't have as many features into them, but they're all like fun and they're like all gameplay focused. Like all those maps, all their focuses is a fun time. And I feel like if BO or Black Ops Cold War released with like say 1 or 2 like, you know, actual maps where there's Easter egg, a lot of stuff into them, like storyline and gameplay focus, but then you had that one smaller map that was like, you know, just like in a house or in like a little village or like whatever they do, like in a military base that's small, and it's just a fun gameplay like thing. You know, you get like, there's like one wonder weapon, you got your perks, and that's it, and that's all it is. You just play till you die. I think that'd be really fun, because a lot of my favorite memories on zombies are on the really simple maps. Like I had a lot of fun on Town, I had a lot of fun on Kino, I had a lot of fun on the Giant and all those, because they're just fun. You can just, you don't have that much time, you hop on by yourself or friends real quick, have a quick game, and it was really fun. I'm you know, you can't really have those experience with BO4 besides Classified. You could kind of, but it wasn't the same as, I feel like, the old maps. Like a lot of the newer maps, you need like really long setups, and it's like when you only have a little bit of time, it's fun to have a map like the Giant, Kino, Town, even like Farm, Bus Depot, all those. Those are like really quick and easy, and they're just fun. And I don't see a reason why they can't add a small map like that to the start of Black Ops Cold War. So yeah, if any of you guys got any things on what I said, any ideas I missed, or you think that I should think about or talk about, let me know in the comments. I don't know how many of you guys are actually like Zombies fans like me, but I hope a lot of you are, because I want to be streaming that a lot once it comes out. And maybe we can play a lot with subs and stuff. That'd be really fun. And I hope all you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you in the next one. See you.